It's currently Wednesday and it's actually the hottest day of the year to date. It's predicted to get up to 27 degrees or higher today, which is freaking hot. Oh, it's currently around 17, 18, 19 degrees-ish. And this is actually the coolest it's going to be all day. I've already had to cancel several of my afternoon walks before I've even started my day. While it is the coolest time and I've actually got up on time, I am going to go on a run. And I'm also going to try out my new running vest. I actually got this running vest specifically for when I do my half marathon, because the last thing I want is to run around the half marathon, run out of water, or even run out of something else. Now thankfully you had the option of getting it with or without the camel backpack, and I chose to get with the camel backpack, A, to make sure I got the right size, and B, just to make sure I had one ready. But I'm not going to need that today, hopefully, because it's only a short run today. It's my first day back into training. Ooh, it's got a double pocket, I like that. But it's my first day back into my running training after my break, or after my rest. And I'm just getting my head around this running vest. So as it's my first time back running, I have restarted my half marathon plan to make sure that I'm not over pushing myself after such a long break. That 10k was hard. That 10k last week was really difficult. Not bad. Some slight adjusting, not bad. So my running vest is actually from Utobest, and no, this is not sponsored in any way. I bought this with my own money. The fact that you have to say that these days is ridiculous, but it is true. I bought this with my own money. This is not sponsored, and this is not a sponsored review in any way, shape or form. I just liked it because it was in the colour blue, and it had all the pockets that I needed. Yeah, I'm not affiliated with Utobest in any way, or whatever this thing is called. It literally just looked like a good backpack, so I thought I'd give it a go. Although I am finding that it's not quite long enough for the boobs. I may have to extend all this bit, allow it to pull down slightly and go under the boob. Downside of having a big chest, everything's too small on you. But it's got several little handy pockets. The pocket, little whistle, forgot about the little whistle. It's got a little whistle in case of emergency, very handy. I thought the pockets were actually bigger than this, but they're not. So it's like, oh, it's got a handy phone pocket and a handy key pocket for you to put all your bits and bobs, which it does. It's like, oh, we've also got a giant pocket for your phone. I'll be honest, it's got pockets everywhere. But at the same time, I'm finding it hard to find a pocket that would actually fit my giganto phone. Because my phone's this big. It's not a small phone. And it doesn't fit in any of the front pockets without sticking out. Might be able to get away with it in there. When I say, we've got a pocket for your phone. No, it doesn't. Your phone would have to go in the big bucket bag at the back. But you know what? It'll do the job. That's all I can ask for. It'll do the job. So for now, I'm just going to have to put my phone in there and hope for the best. Hope it doesn't fall out. That's technically a drink pocket, but it'll make do. It'll do. Right. I need to go on this run before I run out of energy. So just short of a kilometre in so far. Not stopped yet, so I'm doing okay. Although I feel a bit heavy on my feet. Can't quite get my technique right today. On the plus side, it looks gorgeous out here today. I hate this bridge. I always walk across this bridge because the platforms on it feel very unstable. I feel like they're going to break at any minute, and several of them have broken and not been replaced yet, so I don't trust it. Oh, so just hit 1k. I'm trying to stick to the trees to keep myself cool. I'm already sweating. I'm sweating badly. Yeah, I'm going to try and stay in the forest where the shade is. See how we get on. So one thing I do,
I enjoy about today's run is it's a 4.5k easy run, which means it doesn't matter how fast I go, it doesn't matter how slow I go, so long as I cover the distance, which means I can actually come out here and enjoy the trail routes, which is quite nice. Even if they are a bit harder than road running, but at the same time road running really hurts my ankles and my knees. Not so much my knees actually, just my ankles and my feet. Whereas out here in the trails, it doesn't hurt me ankles as much because there's a softer impact. Maybe I should do trail running instead of road races. It's been about 30 minutes now, and so it feels a bit off because usually, even at a walking pace, I can usually do 3k in 30 minutes, but today I've only covered 2.5ish, which is a bit backwards. That's not right. So I'm wondering whether or not my Garmin struggled to track me through the trees, and so this isn't quite accurate. Anyway, can't worry about that right now. Another 2k to go before we finish. 1.5k to go. The heat is really getting to me now. I'm walking quite a lot, even in the shade. It's getting a bit unbearable, so I might just finish the run early. I don't even think my brain will allow me to do that. It's quite persistent on getting to the finish line and not falling off when I'm not actually injured or out. I think I might go for a run down the canal out of the woods. There we go, I've just finished 3k in nearly 35 minutes. That's extremely slow for me, even as a slow runner. Right, definitely an issue with tracking me in these woods. Anyway, let's get going to finish this run. Finally down to the final kilometre. My God, I'm tired. This heat doesn't half drain you. I'll tell you what, my ankles are feeling better than they did on Thursday, Thursday last week should I say, even if I have gone at a much slower pace than usual.
It's now Thursday. I am so tired. I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning last night getting my week 3 video out. Like week 3, I'm coming on like week 26. I've only just got week 3 out. So bad. So bad. I'm trying to get them out faster though. But we've just been shopping. I am actually meant to be doing a run today or some strength training. I might do the strength training a bit later if I'm in the mood, or I might just save it all for tomorrow and just have a rest night. I can't really make up my mind. But we've just been shopping at Decathlon because I didn't particularly like my running vest that I've got from Utobest or whatever it is. I'm not a big fan of it. It's a bit too small and the pockets aren't quite the right size. The pockets are quite small as well. It seems to be a very old style vest and designed for about 10 years ago. It doesn't quite work. So we went to Decathlon and I actually found a better running vest. It cost me a nice pretty penny as well. It definitely wasn't as cheap as my other one, but I think that's a good thing because I think it's a case of like quality or price equals size sort of scenario. So this is my new running backpack from Everdact. Not too sure how to pronounce it, but from Everdact. It's got a 10 litre. Can't quite see that. It's got a 10 litre pouch for a camel pack, which is ridiculously big, and I think this is only a standard size camel pack that comes with it. So yeah, this is a 1 litre, so it comes with a 1 litre camel pack, but it can fit up to a 10 litre camel pack in it, which is insanely big. But considering I've got a half marathon and potentially a marathon coming up next year, I say potentially, I haven't 100% made up my mind yet. I kind of do want to do it, but at the same time I'm scared that I'm not going to have time to put the training in. But anyway, if I do decide to do a marathon, when I actually go around to do my half marathon in September, I am going to need something like this, and I am going to need a good size camel pack. I think the camel pack I've got in my other one is slightly bigger, so I might end up using that one. But this is actually really, really handy. It's got so many different pockets. It's got space for 2 500ml flasks, which is brilliant because they are going to be quick and easy to use. It's got a little clip for my actual 2B thing for the camel pack, and it's got just, it's tightenable and loosenable everywhere, so you can adjust it to your size. I've already tested it in the actual shop, so I know it fits across my boobs really fine. It's got lovely deep pockets everywhere. It's got about 4 or 5 deep pockets that I can put my gels in and things like that. It's got a massive back pocket with an internal zip for my keys and my purse, which is amazing because that I can keep on hand when needed. Probably just my keys. Don't think I'd need my purse for a race, but you never know. I might decide to buy something at the after thing. And then on the other side, you actually have 2 pockets, which is, I don't know why you'd need a pocket back to back, but one of them is really, really deep. So I'm thinking that would actually be ideal for me to put my tripod in. Do you know the extendable one that I got not too long ago? That might actually fit in here. I do need to test that theory, actually. I'm doing a very bad job of explaining and describing this. Come here, tripod. So this is the tripod I'm hoping to take with me on my races and my runs because it easily extends, so I can do like long distance vlogging and stuff. I find it a bit annoying to carry around, so I'm hoping... Hey, that, you know what, that works. Let's try it in the other one. Let's try it in the secondary pocket that extends down a bit. Hey, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Yes, this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted something just to fit the tripod. And I could possibly even just have the tripod there while I'm running and possibly just have the GoPro attached. I'm going to have to try that. Like I said, I am technically meant to be doing a run tonight, but I think I might postpone it till tomorrow because tomorrow is meant to be a little bit cooler than what it is today, and I've got more time tomorrow. I currently only have 1 group walk tomorrow, so I've got most of the day free, which means I can actually get a run in straight after work. So I might save this for tomorrow and give this a test run tomorrow, but this is what I wanted. I wanted a vest that fitted my tripod, and it does, which is great. This is exactly what I needed. Oh, and it doesn't end there either. It has another zip pocket right here, which I have tested. It does, where's my phone? There's my phone. It does fit my phone. Let's see if it fits my phone with the tripod in. Not quite. Oh, maybe. Ha-ha! It fits my phone with the tripod. Oh, yes. So happy. So happy. And I wonder if I didn't fancy putting my phone in there, if I wanted quick, easy access to it, whether or not it'd fit in there instead. No, not quite. A bit too big. Oh, actually, hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh, my phone would fit there instead. Bit of an awkward angle. Let's see if we can just put it in the flasky bit. Oh, there we go. I could put it in the flask pocket if I wanted to. Hey, that's not bad at all, is it? Hey, like that. Well, this is much better than I anticipated. This is fantastic. Oh, I'm loving this running vest. Oh, I'm so happy. It's also got a few other mini hidden pockets. Where's my hidden pockets gone? It did have some other hidden pockets. It's got a hidden pocket in the back with the vesty bit. And it's also got a whistle somewhere. It definitely had a whistle in it because I spotted it earlier when I was testing it out. I've got no idea where it's gone. Is it down in this pocket? It's in that pocket. Shh. Emergency whistle. Always important. So yeah, this is my new running vest. And I have to admit, there was a slightly cheaper one, which was a 5 litre that was, I think it was 20 quid cheaper than this one. But this one was blue. And it had a 10 litre camel pack, which I figured in the long run I may need, depending on how I want to pursue running, about whether or not I want to pursue running properly or not. Very excited for this. Very excited for this random pack. Oh, I'm so glad it fits everything. The other things I actually got from Decathlon were a skipping rope. Now actually, why would you need a skipping rope for calisthenics and things like that? Because skipping is still bodyweight exercise, and apparently skipping is actually really good for running. Supposedly, skipping is great for actually improving your ankles as well as your calves and your foot response on the ground. If I want to get better at my running and potentially better at landing when in calisthenics or when doing calisthenics, and potentially dabble in parkour if I ever wanted to in the future, God, can you imagine? But if I did ever want to dabble in more high energy exercises, like if I ever wanted to do obstacle course races again, or if I ever wanted to do other similar sort of style things where I would need to be better at landing, this is actually going to help my ankle strength a lot. So that's one of the reasons I actually got this, so that I can start skipping. I don't know how it's going to go, but hopefully it will be good. But yes, do skipping things. And the last thing I got from Decathlon was bands. The last 3 or 4 exercise sessions I've done, I have needed solid bands that I can actually put my weight against and actually use as certain type of pull-up training. Because, for example, when I did the hybrid calisthenics training the other day, my hand position wasn't quite right, so I wasn't targeting the right muscles when I was doing the exercise. So I am very, very glad to finally find and have a set of solid bands. They are going to help my training immensely. And a part of me is sort of sat here thinking, actually, why have you bothered to go and get all this equipment when you could just go to a gym and have access to it whenever you like? And the truth is, I really hate gyms. I don't like them. They do not do well for me. They do not do well for my mental health. Yes, once I get used to them, or if I'm in a better fitness state, then they can actually be good for me. They're not too bad. However, I find that my mental health declines when I go to a gym. Do you know what? People say it's a myth that people stare at you and laugh at you and everything else, and that no one really looks at you and no one focuses on you when you're doing your workout, and that's not true. I have lost count of the amount of people I have seen pointing at me, laughing at me, for trying to do something as simple as a basic calisthenics exercises, like squats and push-ups and pull-up training. I've had people physically laughing at me for that. It's like, how dare you? And yes, people do say that it doesn't happen, which for several people, it doesn't. And in a lot of circumstances, in a lot of good gyms, people don't tend to look at you. They don't tend to judge you. However, no matter where you go, there's always going to be not so nice people that are the equivalent of face-to-face trolls. Let's be honest. There are some not nice people out there. And it's those not nice people that I'm actively trying to avoid. One of the best ways to try and avoid those is by doing my exercises at home or outdoors. And this is one thing I was really hoping to do this year. With the weather being nicer and it now being summer, I was really hoping to do more training outdoors. I have done a little bit this year, but I want to do more, which again is where these straps are going to come in, because I can literally just throw these over a branch and do my exercises against a tree, which I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. The world becomes my gym, and I like that theory so much. And again with a skipping rope. With a skipping rope, I can do it in my garden, I can do it in my house, I can do it in the park, I can go wherever I want and just enjoy a bit of skipping. With running, I'd always do my run outside. I hate running on treadmills. I despise it. It is so boring, it's so monotonous, and it kills my knees. Like, really, really hurts my knees. It is so painful. So I can't, as much as it would be easier and cheaper to just go to a gym where they already have all the equipment, etc., the gym's boring to me. Like, nature and outdoors is more fun to me, and I already spend enough time away from home with work. The last thing I want to do is spend more time away from home when I'm already paying for the electricity and everything to stay here. What's the point when I can just stay here? And this is one thing we're actually looking forward to when we hopefully do move into this property that we're in the process of buying, is we are hoping to turn one of the rooms into a gym room. May or may not happen, but we are hoping to turn it into like a fitness exercise type room, and then have that as a place to train. So we have space, we have the accommodation, we have the amenities, and we just have all the little bits and bobs that we need at arm's reach. Anyway, that's it for Thursday. I kind of do need to do some exercise, but I am absolutely starving. It is already nearly 7 o'clock at night and I've not eaten since breakfast. So I'm going to go get food. By the time I've finished food, it'll already be 8 o'clock. And I need rest. I need some downtime. I need a chill. So I am going to actually have some downtime and chill time and play some games. I've actually just downloaded Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, which is a really old game, but they just recently amended it so it's available on Steam, and I think they've updated it slightly to be a bit more modern. So I'm gonna go and enjoy that because that's one of my favourite games. I love Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. It is so chill, so cute, so easy breezy to play. So I'm just going to go have a game night. I do have an early start for work in the morning. If I get up early enough, I'm going to go and do my run and try out my new vest. If not, I've got a very short day at work, so I can just do my run as soon as I get home. I'll do my training exercises when I get home. So I will see you tomorrow.